Hi guys, welcome back to Girl Therapy. I'm your host, Nicole. Oh my god, just lost my voice there. There's a lot of distractions happening right now. If you're watching right now, you're probably like, where are you? I am home in Connecticut at my sister's apartment, my sister's house, my sister and her husband's house. My voice is really fucked up because this past weekend I went to a bachelorette. It was my best friend Haley's bachelorette. Haley, if you're listening to this, I love you so much. I had so much freaking fun and I'm so excited to make this an annual thing. Not her bachelorette. Hopefully she only has one wedding and she will. But it was just such an amazing girls' weekend. So I'll fill you in a little bit on that. So basically we went to upstate New York, but I guess it wasn't really upstate. It was like the lowest of upstate New York. So it was only about 2 hours away from us, which was perfect. I live in Connecticut. If you don't know, I'm from Connecticut. It was just a group of 7 of us, and we're all really close friends. My sister was there, my real sister. Haley's basically my sister. And then my other friend, Nicole, was there, who I grew up with. She's another older sister to me. Our friend Ariana, who has just become such a close family friend really quickly, and she's my sister's best friend. And then Haley's best friend was also there, or her 2 best friends were also there. So it was just such a tight-knit group of girls who we've known each other for so long, and we've seen each other's lives change and grow, and we've seen our relationships blossom. And I've known Haley since the very beginning with Shane. So it's just such a beautiful thing to be a part of, and I couldn't be happier for my best friend. But it was more of like a chill bachelorette. We stayed 2 nights, 3 days, and we got this amazing house that literally had everything. It was like a kid's dream. There was a pool table. There was that one where with like ice, like air hockey. Yeah, there was air hockey. There was an actual pool. There was a fire pit. There was a volleyball net. They had every game in that house. We rented a Sprinter one day and we went to all the local wineries and cideries, and we got a hibachi chef to come into the house, which was nuts because he set up outside and it started raining and we were just like, can you set up in the house? He was like, yeah. The ceilings were a little bit too low for that. It got a little bit sus at one point. And Nicole brought a penis costume, of course, and we just had so much fun. We did karaoke. We just spent like quality time together. I couldn't have asked for a better weekend. And I know it was Haley's bachelorette, but honestly, for me, it just felt like spending time with people who I haven't been able to spend quality time with in a really long time because I don't live here, where we were all kind of just disconnected and enjoying each other's company. And that's something so rare, especially like now I just feel like people don't connect as much. Also, like I didn't drink at all the entire weekend. I didn't drink at all. I have my bikini competition coming up, but I'm also kind of turning this new leaf in my life, this like new chapter where I don't know, I have no desire to drink. I'm just so happy and everything in my life is going so great. I just don't feel the need for it. Like I just don't feel the need for that crutch. And I get that, you know, some people just like to genuinely enjoy drinking, like genuinely enjoy the taste of it. But for me, it just doesn't add anything to my life. It doesn't make me more social. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. It doesn't make me feel motivated. And if anything, it slows me down. And there's times in my life where alcohol actually brings me down and, you know, makes me spiral or makes me more emotional than I really am, or makes me overthink things and makes me just feel really down and bad about myself. I just love being sober so much. It just makes me feel my best and I act the best. And I'm really proud of my behavior when I'm sober, and I think I can just take accountability for all my actions and I stand by all my actions. So that's just really nice. And I just want you to know that you don't need to drink to have fun. You don't need to drink to go out. And I think that's an important message. That's just kind of something that I wanted to share. That's not what this episode's going to be about, but I just wanted to let you know that it is possible to do those things. I did an entire bachelorette weekend completely sober, had the best time ever. My friends are amazing people. They're just a good time in general. You don't need anything around them. They were drinking, of course, and they were having a blast, and nobody tried to force me to drink. And I didn't try to, you know, nobody makes anybody feel bad about anything. We're all adults. We all make our own decisions. We all had an amazing time. And yeah, if that's something that you've been thinking, like if you maybe at a point in your life where you're feeling sad or unmotivated, maybe take a look at the people that you surround yourself with and your actions. And if you're somebody who drinks a lot and turns to that because maybe that feels easier, or maybe that makes you feel more comfortable, especially when dating, I highly suggest don't drink before your dates. Don't drink to go out. Don't feel the pressure to do that if that's something that you don't want to do. I think we're also like entering this point in today's society where non-alcoholic drinks and sober living is actually becoming more prominent. And it's an amazing time and it's an amazing thing to be a part of. And it also just forces me to like do more activities and to think outside the box and not just be like, let's go to a bar, let's go to a restaurant. It's like, let's play paddleball, let's play pickleball, let's, go to a gun range, let's go go-karting, let's go to an escape room, let's play a card game, let's play, like, I don't know, play volleyball, do sports, be more active instead of just taking the lazy way out, which is, drinking and going to a bar, going to a restaurant. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. This is something that I wanted to share that I've been going through. Yeah, so I've been away from Miami for about 10 days. I'm super homesick. I'm not somebody who gets homesick, but like I said, I just love my life so much. I love Miami so much. I miss my friends. I miss my house. I miss my apartment. I miss my cat. I miss my routine. I miss Mimi yoga. I just miss a lot of things that are going on in my life. So I feel really blessed to be at a point in my life where even going away for 10 days just feels so long. And I'm just super excited to get back to my life and, see my friends. I also just want to read something that resonated with me last night and I feel inclined to share today. I don't know if you guys follow King of Solomon. I found his page when I started going to VU Church, and I love his prayers and I read them because as I start to get more comfortable with prayers, I was like, let me have some guidance and kind of some inspiration. So I started following this page. He posted something yesterday that said, endings are also beginnings. Release what has released you. Make room for what is to come. Be thankful for it all. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. I just resonated so hard with that because there's something going on in my life where a person who I didn't see leaving or being removed from my life was in a really drastic and a really abrupt manner. I don't know where that relationship's going to go, and I don't know the future of that, but what has really been helping me is just knowing that God will remove people from your life who aren't meant to be there. And that doesn't mean that it's always forever. They could just be temporary, but maybe in this phase of your life, or maybe they have some growing up to do, or they have something to work on, and I might not need them in this phase of my life. And now God kind of was like, this person acted in a way that you wouldn't allow your friends to act, and you've never wanted friends like this, and you've turned down friends like this. So now it's like, what do you do? Do you chase after this person and try to make it work when it's not, or try to make them fit in or fit into your puzzle or force anything? I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of at a place where I'm like, I'm really happy. I trust that every friendship and relationship and interaction that's brought into my life and everything that happens is meant to be, and there's a plan. And I didn't expect this plot twist. I didn't expect this to be part of my plan. But if that's the plan, then I'm okay with that. And I will see it through, and I will trust God, and I trust in my faith that like this will sort itself out, and things that are meant to be will be, and people who are meant to be in my life will be in my life. I think that's something that we all struggle with on the daily. Abrupt changes in our life happen constantly. And sometimes I think we scramble to try to fix things or to mend things before taking a breath and taking a step back and thinking, well, why did this happen? Or maybe this happened for a reason. And kind of sitting in it and letting things play out how they're supposed to. I look back at so many relationships and friendships that have failed me in my past, or just haven't worked out, and I'm grateful that all those things didn't. And I'm not saying I'm grateful that this happened the way it was, and I'm not saying don't try to talk things through with your friends and friendships and relationships in your life. There's absolutely times when you sit down and you have an adult conversation and you work things out. You talk things out and you forgive and you make things work. But there's also moments where if you don't feel inclined to do that, if it feels like maybe that would be forcing it, if it feels like that would be disingenuous, if it feels like that's just, when there's something in you that's like, I feel like I need to reach out to that person to apologize, or I feel like I need to talk this out or work this out with that person. And then there's times when you're like, I don't want to, or I don't feel the need to do that right now, then listen to that and trust that. And it can't be coming from, any sort of ego. Like, I think my ego is completely removed from this situation. I'm just kind of like sitting in it, and I'm like, okay, let's see how this plays out, because I don't feel the need to fix this right now. That's just honestly where I'm at. And I saw that, and they're like, endings are also beginnings, and that's also true. Not everything is supposed to last forever. Things ebb and flow, and like I'm saying, I'm not sitting here saying this is the end of this friendship, but I am saying that maybe we needed to take a step back or take a break. This ending could be the beginning to something else. It could be the beginning to a new friendship. It could be the beginning to a stronger friendship with somebody else or with this person again. So I just want to remind you that if you're going through any sort of friendship breakup or relationship breakup, or maybe you lost your job, you had to suddenly move, anything like that, trust that it will all work out and that people and things are removed from your life for a reason. And it's not going to be obvious right now, but it will be one day. So that being said, I want to talk about, it's going to be a little bit of like a dating episode in that sense. And then also a little bit about friendships. I think just relationships in general. Somebody commented on my TikTok because they saw that I was away for my best friend's Bachelorette. And they were like, how can you be happy for your friends when you're single? Like, how do you sit there and support your friends and be happy for them when they're moving on in their life and getting the things that you want and you're still single? How can you be there for your friends? How can you be happy for them when maybe you're a little bit envious or jealous? And to that I say, if you're feeling that way about your friend, you're probably not a very great friend. And that's a you problem. That's a not a them problem whatsoever, because it never even crossed my mind when anything good happens to any of my friends to be anything other than happy for them or support them or not want to be there for them or be jealous of them and want what they have. Like, there's not a single person in my life that I would switch places with, regardless of their situation. There's not somebody else who I want to be, and there's not something that my friends have that I want to take from them. And it's not just like, yeah, I could want the same things as my friends. That's why we have great friendships, is we're all very similar. We have similar values, not similar goals in the sense of like we want the same exact things, but we all want our own success, our own version of our success. And we all want to find love. And some friends have found that. Some friends have reached their version of success. Some friends are hitting milestones right in front of my eyes. And I don't want to take that from them because they deserve it. And I've seen them work for it. And they're all amazing people. And I can't imagine my friends getting something and sitting there and being upset about it or not supporting them. So all I have to say to that is that if you are feeling that way, you need to turn the mirror inwards and look inwards and really reflect and think, why am I so jealous of what this person has? Or why can't I be happy for my friends? And if you're not happy for your friends, then you're probably just not happy. And that might be a bold statement to say, but it's always in times in my life that if I'm feeling the most negative or down on myself, that when somebody gets something, that's when you kind of feel a type of way about it. You're just like, damn it, why isn't it me? Why isn't it happening for me? Why didn't that happen for me? I'm doing all the same things, or, I've had so much bad luck recently, and this person just constantly keeps getting things handed to them, or they keep having things work out for them, or their luck's better than mine, or, they went through so many failed relationships and they found theirs, so why haven't I found mine yet? Like that feeling of like, I deserve what they have too. If they're getting something, they did some sort of work to get to the point that they're at. They made some positive changes in their lives to get to where they're at, to receive what they have just received. And whether or not you see it, it could be their mindset. It could be the little actions in their day-to-day life. You're not with them all the time. Like, they could be making these small changes and really working on themselves that then attracted the thing that they wanted. It didn't just happen for them. It doesn't just happen for anybody. We all have to work on ourselves. And if things aren't happening for you and you're sitting here, especially if you're sitting here having a negative attitude towards something somebody else gained or got, then I can confidently say that you're not doing work on yourself and that you probably don't deserve the thing that you want. Just like you can't hate yourself into loving yourself, you can't negative yourself into positive things. You can't project jealousy onto someone to get the things that you want. You can't chase after the things if you want them to come towards you. If you're sitting here wondering, why don't I have the things that my friends have, and you're not being truly happy for them, then you need to look at your life and fix things going on in your life and make the positive changes to attract the things that you want. If you're looking at their love and looking at it with disgust and with a negative mindset of, why don't I have that? Why isn't that mine? Then one, you're a bad friend, because your friend deserves that love too. And they deserve all the things that they want, and you should 100% support them. But two, by having that negative mindset, instead of attracting that thing, you're pushing it away. Just being at my friend's bachelorette, and even though I've been single for, how long have I been single? 5 years. 5 years I've been single. I've had my little things in and out, like little relationships here and there, little situationships that I'm not proud of. I've gone on plenty of dates, and just none of them have been my person. But I don't have a negative mindset towards dating or towards men. I very much so believe that my person's out there and it will happen for me. And every time a situationship fails, or a talking stage fails, or a date doesn't go my way, or it's just not my person, I don't give up and I don't feel negative ways about it. I try to look at that and see, what can I gain from that situation? And is this leading me in the right direction? A lot of the times, and I was talking to my friend this past weekend, who she's been single for a good amount of time as well. And she was like, I was with this guy and I finally broke it off. But then she went back to her ex, who she doesn't like how he treats her. And he's not giving her what she wants. And I'm like, the more you keep running back to that and going to that, the good thing's not going to come into your life. The good person's not going to come. Your person's not just going to magically show up when you're hooking up with your ex. They're just not. I'm really superstitious about that, about attracting the energy that you want. You have to be putting that energy out there. If you are, constantly allowing the energy that you don't like to come into your life, if you're allowing these people who don't align with your values or don't want to give you the things that you want, but you're keeping them around, you're showing God, you're showing the universe that I'm okay with this. I can settle with this. Why would that good thing come towards you then? Why would that person come towards you then? Because clearly you're willing to settle for something less. Like, I just don't think like your perfect person is going to come in, because you're not the perfect person for them then, if that makes sense. You have to be the best version of yourself, functioning at your highest vibration, to attract the person that you really, in your heart of hearts, want. But if you are so worried about not finding your person, so you're okay with, entertaining things that aren't exactly what you want or aligning with what you want, then you are showing the universe and you're showing yourself, one, I'm really desperate for, that attention, or I am so afraid of not getting what I want. And I believe then that I'm not going to get what I want. I believe that I'm not capable of getting what I want. I believe that the thing that I want is not out there. So then things never going to find you, and you're going to keep repeating cycles. So if you want something new to come into your life, you have to break cycles. And breaking cycles is the only way that you're going to get what you want. And I promise you that it's worth the wait, because if your person's not coming in yet, or, whatever it is, if your friendships aren't blossoming, or you haven't found friendships that are serving you, then you are probably not the person that you want to be right now, or you haven't reached your highest potential. As I get older, my friendships get stronger, but they also get less and less. I get more picky with the people I surround myself with, and I don't tolerate bullshit. I don't tolerate negativity. I don't tolerate drama. I don't tolerate girls who don't support girls. I don't tolerate women who try to tear each other down and aren't confident themselves. I'm really selective, because that's my energy that I'm choosing to share and the energy that I'm choosing to surround myself with. As I get older too, I am really, really more picky with even the dates that I go on, or the men that I choose to exchange energy with, even if that means text messages, calls, just quality time with. I'm not entertaining things right now that, or ever again, that aren't going to serve my greater good or positively affect me and who I am as a person, and could possibly be someone that is my future husband. I know that what I want is coming and will eventually come. So with that comes setting boundaries, and with that comes sticking to my values and sticking to the things that I want and not wavering from that. And as soon as you waver, you show weakness, and you start to allow things in that you don't agree with or that aren't going to lead you down a right path, where then you're going to have to deal with the negative consequences of that later. Good relationships come to those who are willing to wait and who are willing to take things slow, because you can never function in a lack mindset, and you can't function in a way of like, if I don't act this type of way, or if I don't make myself really readily available, or if I'm not like this perfect person, then they're not going to want me. If you act in that way, then you're never going to find the right person for you, and you're never going to know if that person truly, really wants you or how valuable you are to that person. You need to, like, essentially, I was just thinking about this a couple days ago, and I think a lot of girls, we end up falling into relationships that aren't right for us because we are seeking validation and lead with our ego a lot of the times, and we just want attention. And we get caught in this like almost trauma bond or toxic cycle where it's like, maybe you didn't even initially want this person, and then they kind of didn't want you, and then so you kind of throw themselves at them a little bit, and then now they want you, and then you pull back, and then they pull back, and then you are like, well, what the hell? Why are they pulling back? And you just kind of get stuck in these like weird cycles. And it's like, wait, did I even initially want this person? Did this person even initially like me, or did I initially even like them? Like, are we just caught in this weird validation cycle where we both just are worried that if it's not this person, it might not be anybody ever, because maybe this person is good enough, or maybe this person could give me what I want. We start to throw ourselves at people who maybe aren't right for us, or when the person is right for us, or we feel really deeply for them, we feel the need to rush things or throw ourselves into things, or feel really anxious. Maybe we'll start to talk to a guy and you really like him, or a girl, and you start to stalk their following, or you start to read into little things, and you start to really freak out about like, well, if he's out, like, is he talking to another girl? Is he texting another girl? He didn't text me for 2 hours. What's he doing? And to that, I will say you need to stay busy, and you need to remember who the fuck you are. And if he's able to not think about you, not text you, if another girl is able to slide into his DMs, or if he follows another girl and that threatens your entire relationship, then he's not your person. If another girl can have him, he's not your man. If another girl can just take him, he was never yours. So there's no reason to stress. And this is what it all kind of wraps back into. The people who are supposed to be in your life will stay there. And if people are being taken out of your life, then trust that they're being taken out for a good reason. It's really tough to remember that. I think when you're starting to date somebody, you kind of have to check yourself. So what if he's at a bar and there's other girls there? Great. That's a great test. If you watch Perfect Match, it's a great test to just like have these men who, they should explore all their options, because when it's right in front of them, they really like what they have. And then other girls come in and it really tests their ability to be like, do I actually have a genuine connection to this person? Or is it just the fact that I'm physically attracted to them? They're right in front of me and we built this bond really fast, but it wasn't really a deep bond. It was really shallow. And I think like, try to think of that when you're dating. It's like, this is the test. And it's a test for you too. Never put your eggs in one basket. But when I'm really interested in somebody, I know when I know. There's no like, I want to see what's out there and explore more, because I can appreciate this person right in front of me and I really see them. And if that person's not giving you that same respect, then it's probably not going to work out. Just trust that everything is going to happen how it's supposed to. Okay, pardon the quick interruption. If you're watching this, you'll probably notice that I am in a different setting. I'm wearing a pink robe and I'm in Miami. My camera died yesterday when I was recording that episode. I always forget something when traveling, but I landed back in Miami yesterday. Of course, it was a small nightmare, but I'm just happy to be back. It's also 8 a.m. I like sprung out of bed this morning. I was like, I need to finish recording this episode. And I forgot to hit record. So I was just talking to the camera for 6 minutes. So good morning, happy Monday or happy Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. If you're listening to this today, this is today. Like I literally just recorded this probably 30 minutes before you're hearing it in your ears. So we're super connected. So I guess we'll jump into just everything that I was saying yesterday. And I guess I'll just repeat what I just said to the camera for 6 minutes or try my best to. I can guarantee you that if somebody said you can meet your soulmate, your perfect person, in 5 years, you're going to have to wait 5 years. Or you could be with somebody tomorrow who maybe isn't your person, but they'll make you happy. Which one would you choose? And I bet you would choose to wait 5 years. When you put it that way, everybody would choose that, I think. And that's the reality of it, honestly, is that we're going to have to wait. We just don't know when. And I think that's when people get really impatient and start to get really frantic and start to operate in a scarcity mindset of like, well, maybe they are my person, I'm just not noticing that. Or maybe this is as close as I'm going to get. Or I don't want to be single anymore. But you really do have to think of being single as kind of just being your waiting room, your personal waiting room. And there's going to be people who come in and out of that waiting room who you connect with, who aren't your person, who are going to have to leave. You don't really notice either when you're in a waiting room for that long or how long it's been when you keep yourself occupied, when you're reading magazines, podcasts, books, whatever it is, whatever to do, talking to other people, like keep yourself occupied in that waiting room. Fill it with things that make you happy. Fill it with things that make you the best version of yourself, and fill up your cup so that when that person does come into your waiting room who is the right person, you're going to recognize that. You're going to know that. You're going to know yourself. And it's going to be worth the wait, I promise. I have no problem waiting because I know it's going to be worth the wait. And if you can hold on to that, I think it'll be a lot easier to kind of like understand why you're waiting. Your person will come to you when you're ready and when it's the right time. And something that Rich says, something that I've heard several times before, is that God is never late. He's never early. He's right on time. You're just not going to see it coming, and tomorrow could be your perfect time. Today might have been too early. 3 days from now would have been late, but tomorrow might be your perfect time. You just never know. If you look at it like every day, like this could be my day, then it could be. You know, tomorrow could be your day. 3 days from now could be the day. 6 months from now could be the day that you meet your person. You don't know that. But I guarantee you, if you give up, if you have a negative mindset, if you settle for somebody who isn't it, if you stick in a relationship for too long that isn't it, then your day is going to be delayed even more, or it's just not going to be as pleasant as an experience. And I think you have an amazing advantage of being single. There's a lot of positives to being single that are extremely overlooked. You have this time to work on yourself. You have this time to prioritize yourself, to be a little bit selfish, figure out who you are. And you really only have to worry about you and managing your own emotions. You don't have to take into account really anybody else's. Of course, your friends and family, yes, but I'm saying like in terms of like a partnership, no. And there's not going to be a time in your life, like I'm 30, I'm not 30, oh my God, I'm 29. But it's like I am coming to at an age where like I probably won't be single for that much longer. I probably won't live alone for that much longer. There's going to be a time in my life where like I'm married and have kids, and I'm going to wish I had this peace and quiet. I'm going to wish I had my weird girl dinners. I'm going to wish that I had this little apartment in Miami to myself. So I'm just soaking it all in while I can, because I know it's happening for me, and I know that it's going to happen for you as well. But good things come to those who wait. Good relationships come to those who wait. Why rush it? Why rush anything? We need to remind ourselves not to function so much in a scarcity mindset, and that everything is happening in the right timing, and just not to stress. There's no reason to stress. Remember to be happy to your friends, to root for your friends, Just because it's happening for them doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. We're all just on different timelines. And one day it's going to be you with the bachelorette, with the ring, with the wedding, with the whatever, the milestones. Maybe you get promoted, whatever it is. One day that's going to be you. And you're going to hope that your friends are happy for you, and you're going to hope that your friends are there. So be the friend that you want your friends to be. I love you all so much. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Nicole Doyon, TikTok Nicole_Doyon, Snapchat Nicole Doyon. I do a lot of what I eat in the days, and also just keep you guys updated with my entire daily life. So follow me on there. And of course, here on YouTube at Nicole Doyon. If you are watching this episode, please throw it a like, a comment. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, also please leave me 5 stars and a little comment if you can. But that's it. I will see you all next week. Have a fabulous week. Chat soon. Bye.